Hi there, good morning, it's Sherry, and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, you have arrived at my grief journey. Um, I have several videos. I think it's in the 40s. I don't know exactly. I have several, though, like I said, videos all titled My Grief Journey. And I would invite you, if you've never come to any of my videos before, to go back and look at the very first one. It's called My Grief Journey #1. It just explains a little bit about me, a little bit about, what started my journey and things I've done that have helped me, things that haven't, and things like that. I basically just don't want to repeat all of it on every single video. So that's why I would invite you to go back and look at that. I will tell you, my journey did start when my husband passed away in 2024. So I've started making these videos as a way to try to help me heal. And if I can help anybody else, that's great. Okay. So that being said, now, um, here is my cat. This is Snowball. She has a tendency to show up in all the videos. It's like as soon as I start filming, she decides to show up and say, hey, here I am. Anyway, sorry about that. Now, if you're somebody who has been following me, you know Snowball. but you basically, I'm sorry, I have to move her. She's like right in the, stop. Okay, come here. Come on. Come on. Okay, sorry. Um, anyway, if you're somebody that's been following me, you know things I've been doing around my house and everything. But I did want to point out for anybody who hasn't been following me, I have been doing some remodeling in my kitchen, and I mean, you know, everything I've done is such an accomplishment to me because I've done all of this by myself. And as somebody who is a widow who is trying to find myself, it's the things I've done in the kitchen. I mean, I've taken both countertops out. I've put in new countertops. I've done plumbing. I've done electrical. I've done, I mean, I've done a whole bunch. So I'm real proud of everything I've done. All I really have left in there is a little bit of painting that I'm going to do this weekend. And I do in new appliances, but that's down the road. Anyway, I did want to make this video though. The main reason I wanted to make this video wasn't about my kitchen. It wasn't about that. But I did want to jump on here. It's been like 4 days since I made a video. And I did want to jump on here because I know for a lot of people, this is a tough weekend. Let me move. With it being Easter weekend, it can be very, very difficult for a lot of people. So, like I said, I wanted to just jump on here and wish everybody a good weekend and let everybody know that my thoughts are with everybody and my thoughts and prayers are with us all. We're all going through this journey, and it's a journey that none of us wanted to take. And unfortunately, like I always say, grief is a journey. It never ends. It changes, but it doesn't end. But as far as holidays, I know holidays are very hard. Holidays are triggers. There's several things that will trigger us. Holidays is one of them, and it just kind of depends on if it was a big holiday for you, if it was something that you normally did something with your family on Easter, or you may not have. I mean, it might not have been a big thing. And um, I know myself for the last, oh, my husband died in 24, and even before that, even probably the last 2 years before his death, we always did Easter over at my stepson's. Prior to that, years before that, people come over here and we do the Easter egg hunts and all that, the normal thing. But basically, what happened is my stepson bought a new house. And sorry, I've got something, I don't know what that is. But anyway, my stepson bought a new home, and it's a big home. And, I live in a double wide. So basically it just made more sense to do things at his house because he had so much more room for a lot of people. And we do everything at his house now. The only thing, I have not been able to give up Christmas yet. I just haven't. I still want Christmas at my house too. And I may change that this year. I don't know. I still got a while to think on that. But anyway, back to Easter. For myself, we had been doing Easter over at his house. But, and I mentioned this before. I mentioned what I'm fixing to say before. I plan on going over there Sunday. And, we have Easter over there. I'll see all of them. I'll see my grandkids. They're getting up older. The oldest is 14. The youngest is 11. I don't know how much longer Easter egg hunts will be going on. I mean, I know the oldest ones are already, they're still doing it because they want the candy. But but I don't know how much longer that will be happening. But regardless, it's Easter, and I definitely want to, go spend the day with them. However, this is what I started to say. This has happened before to me. When I go over there, it's hard. It is so hard. And I'm trying to remember what I had mentioned in a video that I went over there. Oh, I know what it was. It was my grandson's birthday, and it was real hard. But Easter, it's hard. It's hard. It's hard to go to these family functions with everybody, and I'm alone. And I started to say nobody there gets it, but actually there is one person that does. My stepson's mother-in-law, and she lives with them. She lives with them, but her husband passed away a year before mine did. And she gets it. She understands. And she, we have communicated, we definitely talk anytime I go over there. There is a big difference. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I know she misses her husband. And I know she's grieving. And I know she's the one that told me the second year is harder than the first. And boy, was she right. The only difference that I can think of, really, because they were married a very, very long time as well. The only difference I can think of is that not long after he passed, she moved in with her daughter and my stepson, and she's been there ever since. And so that's the only difference I can think of, is that, I feel more alone because I am alone. I'm all alone. But that's not to say that she doesn't feel alone, because I guarantee you she does. I guarantee you she feels that loneliness just the same way. Her other half is gone. But anyway, the whole point in bringing her up is that she's the only, she understands when I go over there. But it's really, really, really hard, because when I go to things like that, I want to go and I want to see my family, and I definitely want to see my grandkids. But it just is so hard because it was all because somebody's missing. Somebody's missing, and it's very hard. And I know everybody watching this video today is going through the same thing. They're going to have Easter this weekend with their someone gone. I wanted to say it is absolutely okay. I'm going to say my favorite saying. It's okay to not be okay. It is okay to cry. It's okay to feel so upset because somebody's missing. It's okay. And I know myself, I try really hard to not tear up until I get home by myself, but that's just me. Um, and it is, I guess what I'm trying to say, it is okay to be upset that you're missing someone on Easter. Okay? It's absolutely okay to feel that way. Those feelings are natural. It's part of your grief process, and it's okay. And unfortunately, like I said, grief never ends. Grief loves to show its little head, and especially at holidays. But that being said, also the love never dies, and that's why the grief continues. So I don't want to make this a massive long video, so I'm going to jump off of here. I just wanted to tell everybody, have a wonderful Easter, and and let you know that there I am thinking about everybody, and so, and also count your blessings. Count your blessings. Try to think of something positive you're doing today, and definitely count your blessings. You have a wonderful holiday, and I will talk to you in a few days.